Hi children, welcome to our biology class. I believe that everyone has completed the notes of the first chapter and studied very well. Okay, today we are going to start our second chapter, cell clusters. Let's start the class. Previous class we studied about cell organelles and their functions. We know that all organs are made up of cells. But how different are the eyes, nose and tongue? What is your opinion? Are the same type of cells seen in all parts of the body? Each part of the human body is made up of millions of different kinds of cells. There are about 200 different kinds of cells like nerve cells, muscle cells, blood cells, bone cells, etc. in the human body. What a wonder our body is! How do millions of such cells function effectively without getting messed up? Yes, the human body is indeed a wonder. The well-being of the human body depends on the systematic and regulated action of the cells. Similar cells function together in groups, not separately. Such clusters of cells are called tissues. Tissues are similar cells function together in groups. We have been discussing about cells for a long time now. A single cell is like a brick in a building. And just as many bricks make up a wall, many cells come together and form a tissue. So in today's session, we will discussing about this group of cells. Let's get to know the concept of tissues in detail with an everyday life example. As we all know, a college has many departments such as science, commerce and arts departments. And each department has its own specific subjects. Many students used to study a particular subject based on their liking. Similarly, a college is a complete institution, can be compared to a living organism. Just as many students come together to form a class of biology, in the same way, many different cells come together to form a specific group called a tissue. Why do they do this? Imagine the class of biology students is given a project to be completed. A group of students will be able to complete the project much faster and better than a single student. This group of students will be able to do so by dividing the project work among themselves to finish it faster and using the individual talents to make the project better. Similarly, many cells with similar function come together to form a group called tissues, which will perform that common function efficiently. And just as many subjects come together to form an individual department, in the same way, many tissues with specific function come together to form an organ. So, the organ is made up of different tissues. A tissue is made up of group of cells. Now let's look into the definition of tissues. The tissues are groups of similar cells that have a common origin and perform specific functions. There are different kinds of tissues in multicellular organisms like plants and animals. The coordinated action of these tissues helps in performing different physiological functions effectively. From a single cell, our body is developed from a single cell called zygote. This is an undifferentiated cell. The zygote undergoes continuous divisions and forms the fetal cells. From the fetal cells are partially differentiated cells. The cells have similar structure, size and content, or form groups and perform similar or specific function. Example: nerve cells, bone cells, blood cells, muscle cells. These cells are completely differentiated cells. Here, the nerve cells form into neuron, the bone cells form into bone, the blood cells form into the blood, the muscle cells form into the muscle. These completely differentiated cells are from common origin and perform specific function to form tissues. Then our body is developed from a single cell called zygote. The zygote undergoes continuous divisions and forms the fetus, consisting cells of different shape, size and content. Fetal cells gradually attain change in structure and function. This process is known as cell differentiation. Okay, let's conclude our today's session. First one, tissues. Tissues are groups of similar cells that have a common origin and perform specific functions. Next is zygote. Our body is developed from a single cell called zygote. Next one is cell differentiation. The zygote undergoes continuous divisions and forms the fetus, consisting cells of different shape, size and content. Fetal cells gradually attain change in structure and function. This process is known as cell differentiation. Okay children, I hope all of you understood today's session. Study well. Thank you.